everyone, and welcome and happy Wednesday. Today is bingo day. I'm super excited to have you here tonight. Thank you for taking time out to come and spend an evening with us. It's going to be kind of a lengthy evening because bingo is a lot of fun. We do 4 cards. We play 4 bingo games. We have at least 4 winners, and we are going to have a good time. How bingo works is, I'm going to skip my ads here. First thing you want to do is make sure your chat is on live chat. Make sure it's live chat, not top chat. So at the top of the chat box, it says live chat, and there's a drop down top chat. You want live chat because you want the current most chat that's going on, not just the top people commenting. Because that way, when you're playing bingo, you want to be on time watching. Make sure if you're coming in late that you scroll that bar over to the right and you are caught up to the most current time. You might have missed a bingo if you came in late, but you want to be current with the current one so you still have your chance. So hello everybody. I'm going to skip saying names because we have a big evening. So I'm going to kind of get to it. We're going to do some quick announcements, super quick, and then get into bingo. I'm going to explain it. I have a lot of new people this month, so I'm going to give them just a little bit of time to get on. So let's hop over to the January class, the Country Floral Lane. And you know, I think it's called Country Bouquet. I was looking at that. I'm going to look, and I thought, oh, did I name it wrong? It's actually called Country Bouquet bundle, but I think I'm gonna look really quick here and see, is it called the Country Floral? I think I got a little confused. Oh no, it is Country Floral Lane Suite. Okay, I was questioning that right before it went on, and I wanted to look that up. So Country Floral Lane class, I'm gonna have a local class here. It is filled for this weekend, but online, I still have, I don't know. I think I might have one left. I'm not really sure. I should have checked before I came live, but I didn't. February, we are going to have a class. It's going to be Rain or Shine Suite. The offering here, it is $40 for the class, but if you purchase the suite through me, the class will be free, but you must still register for this class. So please register. What I'll do is I'll see your name. There's a note section in there. You can just write, I'm purchasing the suite from you, or I'll just see that you didn't pay, and when I get your order in, I'll double check just to make sure you got the suite, and then I will mark you paid. So there is that. It is a super cute, fun class, so I hope you'll join with that. And then also I have February's bingo, and I do not have a flyer here, but it is on my blog ready for purchase. So if you're interested in bingo next month, it will be new product again because we only have Celebration for a short while. I want to make sure I get some of that in, and our mini catalog, I want to use it while we can because it's going to be going, and I want you to see as many samples as you can of that. Let's see. So that's that. So let me explain bingo. Our number went up quite a bit, so I think we're good. People are signing on. I'm going to put it out there right away. I have one person, I need a different number. So I'm going to mention that now. So hopefully you will be on already. So Luann K, I need another number because you gave me 63 and the numbers are only up to 30. So if you can give me another number, that would be fantastic, and I will write that down. So how bingo works is today you're just going to sit back, relax, have fun. We're going to create 4 cards. We're going to play 5 bingos. I will go over in just a bit and make sure that everybody has their numbers. So give me a minute. And when I ask, comment if you don't have them or if you need them. So you're going to sit back, relax. We're going to craft and create and have a good time. Chat and visit. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then I have the kits ready. There is one kit I need to do 3 die cuts of, and it's from a DSP that I just got in the mail today. So that darn Martin Luther King Day delayed my overnight mail. So once I do that, once I do that, then I will get them in the mail. And I'm doing all my packaging and everything tomorrow, so they will go out on Friday. So the kits are ready to go, but they will go out on Friday because I need to do all the mailing and packaging and put your little goodie in there and that kind of thing. So, all right. Yay, Beth, welcome. Okay, let me just double check here. I have a lot of new people, so I just want to make sure I want to take a glance at the numbers. So what's going to happen is you are going to create your kits. You're going to get your kit in the mail, and then you can come back to this video. This video will be live, and you can create and have a good time and do it as your leisure. Do 1 card, 2 cards, whatever. After this video is over, I will go down in the comments and I will put a timestamp. So it'll say project 1, 2, 3, 4. And so you can come back and do whichever one you want to first. So I hope that makes sense. Does everybody have their numbers? Do you have any questions? So if you win bingo, what you're going to do is you want to make sure you have your comments ready to go. Make sure they're on live chat. If I call your number, you're going to type a B. And then if I call a second number of yours, you're going to type BI. So what I would do is have BI typed ready to go. And when that second number pops up for you, hit enter. And then type BIN and then just wait. When your third number is called, hit enter. Most importantly is when you have bingo ready to go, you want to hit bingo. Oh, thank you. I got your number. You want to, thank you very much. You want to be the first one to hit bingo, because the first person will be the winner and get the main bingo prize, which is a $100. And so you will be able to shop in my shop, and you will be able to spend whatever you want. Of course, I recommend $150. It's a party. You'll get your Stampin' rewards on top of your order. You will get celebration items. So you just tell me what you want. I'll put your order in the system. I will screenshot your total and send it to you. Anything over the 100 is what you will pay me, so I can invoice you. And then I will invoice you, and you'll get that with your screenshot. And then you pay that, and then I submit it, and it's sent directly to you. So, yay, Nancy Lee. I'm glad. We're all winners with Marcie's card. Oh, Linda, you're so sweet. I'm glad you're watching. So, like I said, there are a couple kits, I believe, left still. I want to say 3 or 4. So, if you're interested, there's a link below for bingo. Get on there. Click the, fill out the information, and the payment's at the bottom. And so it does not show as out of my, what do you call it? My shop as sold until you pay for it. So other people can come in and order. So make sure you fill out your paperwork and pay for it. And then just message me here and let me know so I can grab your, and then let me know what your numbers are. Okay, everybody, I think I don't see any questions. I'm guessing everybody has your numbers. Let me just scroll up a bit. And then we're just going to jump right in and get started because we have a lot to do. Hello, Tashana, how are you? Okay. Whew, there's a lot of iced tea going on here. All right, let's get going with card number 1. I think it's so cute. La! Here's our cute little first card. So I just have to die cut 3 more umbrellas out. That's all I have to do. And then everything's ready to go. But look how cute this is. So let's just get ready. We are using the Rain or Shine. And this is the suite I'm doing all of my class on next week is this suite. Next month, not next week, next month. And it is just such a fun set. So when I open this, this is exactly what you're going to be getting. So by doing it this way, I also confirm to myself that everything is in the kit. Because if I forget something, I definitely don't want to send you your kits with missing items. So this helps me go. Okay, did I get everything in here? So you're going to just open your bag. It's going to say project number 1 on there. Okay. So I tried to die cut out. I'm not going to tell you I fussy cut this. There are some items I did with my scan and cut. So there might be a little trimming on some of the items because you know how scan and cuts can be. Make sure you get all your little flowers. Those little daisies are tiny. All right, so let's get all of our flowers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see one more. Oh, I see them. Okay, 5 and 6. So make sure you're very careful with your flowers, okay? And I'm just going to move those right up there. I'm going to try and put all my little doohickeys right there. All right, super simple. We're going to start with the inside like always. So pull in this, and what I did is I just did your basic white on your Flirty Flamingo, because if you wanted to, you could add another scene in there. You can stamp it. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. That's going to run out, so let's pull another one in. And then that way you can just add more flowers. You can stamp something in there, whatever you want to do. I think it's such a fun set that there's just so much that we can do with it. All right, I'm going to do this. We're going to add this here. Now, I might go a little fast just because I know you're not crafting along with me, but when you do come back for your videos and watch to create your cards, you can stop and pause and do whatever works for you. All right, so we're just going to put this on the inside. You could also add DSP. I mean, there's so much you can do in here. We have raindrops on the front of the card. You could add raindrops down the side. There's just a lot you can do. All right, now we are going to create our panel, and then I like to add it to the card. So make sure when you do your raindrops that your rain is going downward. You know what? I'm going to bring my light over just a little bit there. Okay, so make sure your raindrops are going down. You don't want them like that. You want them like this, okay? So add that. And then you can also tell by the little flower image on the back that this is, you know, the upright position here, and then just turn it over. Your raindrops are going down. So we're going to put that here. And I just like to kind of hold it, make sure we have it in the right place. And I'm not going to add it to the card. Like I said, we're going to build up our stuff. And there's one thing I did wrong, which normally I would put this on first, whatever I need on here, and then I would cut it. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut nice and even instead of with scissors because I goofed up. I want my bridge to touch the ground right there. Okay, so I want to just kind of do it like that. So I'm going to cut just inside that part right there. So I really don't need this. I could just do scissors. I'm going to go right inside right there. And then this is going to go right there, and then my bridge is going to touch. Okay, so you just kind of want to have a clean edge. You could always keep this to put, you know, on the other side for another project. So keep that as I toss mine aside. Okay, the other thing we're going to do, you're going to find this little white piece of paper, and this is to stamp your clouds. Okay, because these are going to be die cut. So here's the stamp set. Okay, these are the raindrops I was talking about, could go on the inside. On the inside of your card, you could put a little puddle, you could put flowers, you could put all kinds of things. And then here are the dies. I love this set so much, and I'm using it a lot, that I have 2 sets. I'm leaving this one over here on the plastic. If I don't ever use it, that's, you know, but I'm going to use it next month in my class. So there are the clouds that we need, so we're just going to grab them. No, we're not. I'm going to show you why. We will. Watch the magic. Okay, so we're going to take our smoky slate, and you're going to get your clouds. Okay. Okay, so there's your clouds. So you saw the die, and they actually die cut out 3 separate little clouds. Okay, so we'll put that aside. Bonjour, Evelyn. I took French in school, but I don't know anything. No French. I'm terrible. I took it for like 3 years just because I thought it sounded cool. And now I'm going to be going to Paris. You think I would have learned something. All right, so now, normally, like I said, I would normally put it on here first so I can just cut the edge. But we're just going to go right up the side of this. I'm looking at how much I cut out, and it wasn't that much. Because you want it to look like a scene, so your scene continues on, but your cloud is not. So we're going to put that there. We're going to do this one. We're going to do this one. So I'm just going to set them there because I want to build our scene first. So what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on our bridge because that is going to kind of start our scene. All right, so we're just going to do a little bit of glue. And I'm just going up and down. Notice I am putting it over here, but I'm not going to push that side down until I put my flowers there. All right, so let's put this on. We want this on the edge. Okay, and we want this to touch here. But I'm going to touch this over here, and I'm not going to worry about that yet because we want to slide our flowers in. So like I said, your flowers got cut by the scan and cut, but I have to tell you that some of them, not your guys's because I just cut more, took the top flower off. If you do this with your scan and cut, you're going to want to draw a line between these flowers and these flowers, or your top flower is going to get cut right off. And so hopefully you have better luck. I didn't know that at first and I cut a bunch. Okay, now we can put that down. Okay, we're going to bring in our mini dimensionals. Notice that your grass, one goes in and the other one goes in. So it depends on which way you're doing it, you know, kind of figure that out. So we're going to do this one for the right first. And I'm just going to put like one right here, and then I have some half ones cut down here. I'm going to take a little half one. Oop, that one didn't come up right. And I'm going to put that one right here. And that's it. That's all I need. If you want to add another one at the top, you sure can, but I'm fine with it. And then again, you want to ground it on the ground. You don't want floating grass. All right. And now we're going to go to the other side and we're going to glue this one down. I just love making scenes, and that's what I think is so fun about this set is you can just create so many different things. Once I did this one, I was like, oh man, I should put this one in my class next month because it's just so stinking cute. But then as I created all of them, and then I decided which ones I wanted. One of them had to come here, and then the other ones went in my set for my class. And they're just all so cute. I just love this set. I don't think you can go wrong with this set. All right, I'm going to take a large dimensional just because I like large ones. If you want to put small ones, it'll hold just fine. But I like the larger. And we're just going to kind of tie this in. You know how you see tree stumps and grass growing around them. I want them kind of close. And now we're going to put dimensionals on our cute little bunny. This one may have been cut by a scan and cut. I don't know, it's really hard to tell. I think I'm going to go with small ones. I'm going to put one over here by his foot, and then the other one right over here on his foot, because we're going to glue this little, in fact, I'm going to lift this one up a little bit. I'm going to go up just a little bit, and I'm going to put small ones on his ears. One here and one here. Oh, it's not intimidating. It'll be fine. Hello, Unique. How are you? All right, so here we go. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue. You probably don't even have to do this because I just don't think you need to, but I want him to kind of look like he's standing on the tree stump. So make sure his foot is nice and flat on there, because this is a flat foot. This is the one he's stepping off with. So you want to make sure it looks like he's on there and not going to fall off, right? And now we're going to just glue this cloud down. I just put it a little bit behind his ear because I just think it looks more realistic. Okay, and do however you want, however you think the cloud looks good. All right, this one we have dimensionals on. We don't have to pop them all up, but we're going to put this one right about here. And then this one's going to go up higher because we're going to put our sentiment on there. And we're going to glue this one down because the sentiment might come up on top just a little bit. And don't forget, we want it to go to the edge right there. Okay. And now our sentiment here is going to be, rainy days are better with you. I appreciate you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you so, so much. All right, so I have your label already done. And just kind of come in. And what I did is I did the letters right across the bottom of the circles on the side. So I just kind of did them on the sides there. So it gives you plenty of space. We are going to turn this over and add dimensionals. This morning I came in here and my smoke alarm, well, now I have two in here, you know, because it was two bedrooms and or two individual rooms. Now they're one big room. So my husband's like, why do you have two in here? And I'm like, remember? But it was chirping like so low this morning, not very loud at all, but it was just kind of funny, and then it just stopped. So I told my husband, you don't have to do it today. Fingers crossed. I said, but you have to do it this week. I don't want it chirping. So hopefully it doesn't start chirping. I don't think it will. I went ahead and put 3 on here just because I wanted to make sure that it is going to stick nicely. And then I like to just keep my pokey tool underneath the adhesive and then like the dimensional, and then I just add a little bit of glue, just a little bit on that. And then we're going to bring this in, and I'm just going to lay it right here. The umbrellas also were with the scan and cut. So like this one has like a little squared off edge instead of rounded. You know, just trim that up if you want to. That bothers you. But there was a lot of little pieces that I wanted to do and pay attention to. All right, I'm going to clean the tip off here because we're going to do little tiny glue. We're going to add our flowers. So we're going to add one right here and one right here. And so I'm going to bring in, you know what I like to do? take your pokey tool if you don't have one of those pickup things, which I do, but I don't want to find it right now. And just put a little bit of glue on the edge. And then just pick up your flower here. And then I'm just going to lay this one down. Just on the grass right there. And then I'm going to add a little bit more glue, a little farther away. And then we're going to bring in the large white one. And I'm just going to add that right there. Okay, so just a little cluster. And just leave it there, and you can wait for your glue to get tacky, and then you can go back in. I've got the yellow umbrella upside down. Oh, this one, I know, I just wanted to do it as a little accent. Terrible storms. Oh yeah, we've really had some crazy storms. Am I not doing it right? What do you... Oh, because it has water in this one. I didn't even notice that, you guys. Well, that's interesting, because a lot of the kits you have, you will have this one. So if you want to turn it the other way around, you sure can. I am going to pretend that's a blue lining underneath there. Wow. Okay, so now I'm thinking, all right, you guys are going to get blue. See, I thought it was like a blue lining, but you're right. That looks like some water under there. Well, we're just going to pretend it's blue. And now I'm thinking, uh-oh, some of you are going to get that umbrella. So you have the suite. You're more than welcome to change out your umbrella. I did not even realize that. Well, now I have to go look at my next class and see what I did with that. All right, so now we have it, and some of these are so thin, I'm afraid they're going to break. So be super careful. I think when whatever the machine was or whatever that they had that did this, that made these, some of them are just cut thinner. You know, when you're cutting your lunch meat, and sometimes you get thin ones and sometimes you get thicker ones. Yeah, that's kind of how this is. Wow, now I'm going to look at that umbrella all night thinking it's upside down. All right, and now we're just going to lay our little last flower right here. Okay, so there's 5 on the card for the image. Oh, except this one's stuck. Well, Deborah, I'm glad you're with me. I didn't realize it either. Who else realized that that was water? Don't make me feel silly, because I sure didn't. All right, this one's thicker, so we're just going to add a little bit right here. A little bit more. And then I'm going to add this one right there. Now, this one's just laying on there. I'm going to just kind of lay it down because I might have had a lot of glue, but I'm going to come back to this one because it's kind of tacky now, and they stick a little bit better once they're kind of tacky. And then I'm just going to push this one down. All right, now I'm going to be careful because I'm going to use glue instead of adhesive, because I've got the front, my little flowers, I don't want them to roll all over the place. And now we're going to bring our card in. And it is going to be very, very close to the edge. So you can move it over with liquid. And there we go. There's our first card with our upside down umbrella. Thanks a lot, you guys. I sure didn't see it. Can you color the inside of the umbrella with a marker? I bet you can, because this part, let's see right here. See how this part's all shiny? It's got that coating on it, but this you do not, it's not coated. But I'm not sure if you're going to put yellow on top of that, but you could probably do it black and color it in. This is my learning thing to you guys, that you want to make sure your yellow umbrella, turn it the other way. You can still put it up here and look cute. It's just kind of an accent, but yeah, I didn't realize that was water. But it's very cute. So you don't have to, if you have the yellow umbrella, I would put it down here. Maybe put these flowers on the inside and move your umbrella down here like it's next to the bunny on the stump, but he wanted to jump up there. And then you'll have an umbrella filled with water because it's raining. Hello. Isn't that paper so pretty? I know you guys have bought this sweet. Could be just the inside shading. That's what I'm going with, Debbie. All right, so that is card number 1. Isn't that cute? So, of course, there's like, I think 4 different bunnies or 3 different bunnies. So you'll get whatever bunny I just threw in packages. And then the same with the umbrella. So, there you go. Super cute card. I love it. So let's put that back. I'm going to keep my ink colors out because I have a feeling that there's some of these I've used twice. So I'm just going to put this behind me so it's going to look lovely and messy. But let's play some bingo. All right, let's put those cards up there. All right, does everybody have their numbers? Everybody is back. Everybody's here, ready to play. Thank you again for the thumbs up, you guys. I appreciate it so much. It really, really does help my channel. My paper is just floating. All right, we are ready for some bingo. Hello, Carol, how are you? All right, so everybody get ready. I don't see anybody needing numbers. Thank you, Laura. All right, let's get going with number 1 is 27. Number 27. The next number, 25. We're going to go fast at first because, of course, you can't get a bingo until you have 5 numbers, right? My hubby went to Costco. He's just now coming home with groceries. Ooh, got some B's already. Olivia and Janet. Number 30. Number 30. Yes, good luck to everybody. All right, next one is 1. So Janet, Olivia, Eileen, Beth, Lisa, Dana, Stephanie. Ooh, and now we got BI's Eileen and Dana. Nancy sells a B. Number 29. I'm also watching my screen that you guys are watching because it tells me about what the delay is. Because I do closed captions, it does give it a little bit of a delay on the, I mean, even more than normal. So I just want you to know there's kind of a little bit of a delay. Number 24. Number 24. 13. Ooh, Stephanie has a BIN. And BI for Michelle. 22. I guess I need to make new numbers, huh? I have until May until we get some new one colors. All right, Beth has a BI. Michelle has BI. Nancy Lee has BI. Number 2. Number 18. Nancy Lee has a B-I-N. Number 7. Oh, Margie, are you playing? I need numbers. Margie. Let me double check. Oh, you're just playing, you're just watching this time, right? I don't have numbers for you. Just making sure I have some new people, so. Ooh, Barbara has a B-I-N-G. All right, number 3. Number 3. Number 14. Oh, Nancy Lee has a B-I-N-G. This is where I slow down just a little bit. All right. Nancy Lee has a bingo. All right, let's see. Nancy Lee. All right, we have 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 14, and 29. Yes, Nancy Lee has bingo. Congratulations. Mark that here. Congratulations, Nancy Lee. Woohoo! Congratulations. All right, anybody else? I don't see any. Double checking. All right, I see none, so we're going with Nancy Lee. Congratulations. Yay. All right, let's move on to card number 2. All right, card number 2 is a card. I did this card the same template, I guess I should say, with a Stampin' Up! A long time ago. So I think this is such a fun card. I love the whole way it's laid out. I just love it. And you open it like this. You can write your sentiment and everything here. And then just close it up. And it does stand up. There's my cheat sheet on the back. But it's just such a fun card. So let's get started and get going on the next one. So we're going to be using, let me move my papers here because they're falling now that I'm moving my stamp sets. Okay, we're going to use the two-tone Flora. This is another one of those stamp sets that I just love this. Excuse me. So I bought 2 of the die sets because I will be doing a lot of those. No, I didn't sign up. I'm just reading them. Okay, perfect, Margie. Great. So there's the first one. And then the kind and sincere. I just loved the sentiments. So thanks for everything. Another one I just thought was a really nice set. And I love the font and everything. So this is what we're using today. All right, so let's get your kit. Where did your kit go? Oh, right here. So here's your kit, project number 2. So this is what your kit will look like. All right, so you should have 3 embellishments there. Here's the third one. So there you go, a small, medium, and a large. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the purple to the side. And let's go ahead and put the front panels together. So let's do, you have 2 sheets in here to stamp on. So we'll set those aside. And then here's your card. Oh, you know what? That's wrong. You do have 2, but you have this one and a large one. So take your 1 sheet of your white and make sure that it's just slightly smaller, okay, than the one that you're stamping on. I don't know what size that is. Just make sure that you have one that fits inside here. And then we're going to put this on the inside. But first, we will adhere things to it. So why I like to do this first is if you take this and put it on here, I just want to make sure, see how it's a little bit long? If you look, it's going to go on the green, okay? So this is going to go on the green like this, and then there's no white trim, all right? So your purple is going to go right up to it like that. If you choose to make it inside, you could just move this down and you could trim your side just a little bit so that it looks like this. That is totally up to you. I chose to just do it all the way up there. And then there is your white right there, and then here is your green. Okay, so then your green is just going to go across there. But you're going to make sure that you adhere this first so that you can trim this off, right? So you're going to emboss this. So let's do this part after we emboss, okay? So we're going to set that aside and then put that over here. So just don't put that together quite yet. All right, so now this one is for the front. And so you definitely can go ahead and adhere this together. So you know me, I like to try to condense what I can at first so I don't have any loose missing pieces. And if I know what's going on there and we're going on top of this, that's fine with me. Let's put this on here. Okay, and I like to hold the edges and just kind of go right to it and make sure it's just right where you want it, and then like that. Okay, now right here, make sure when you put your flowers on that it's not over onto your card. So if you wanted to, you could put them on here first and then adhere it. However, I like to put this on first because you still have that little bit of white and you might need that space to put your dimensional. So it is okay to go ahead and add this on next, because you might need that little bit of white space to hold your adhesive. So that's what we're gonna do. I like to open it, and I also like to put something under it because it's white, and I just want to make sure that I can see that this is nice and even. If it's on white and you're trying to do it, it's a little harder to do because you're like, oh, that looks good. And then when you pull it away, you realize you were looking at the paper versus your cardstock and whatever. So just kind of do that and make sure it's on there. Okay. Now let's do some stamping, and I'm going to go over the flowers. Make sure you set your white piece on the back to the side. And now you have these pieces here. All right, and so you might not need them all, but you might need some on an earlier, another piece. So I'm going to set the small piece aside first, and let's get some coloring done. Let's do our flowers first. So we're going to pull in I have a lot of ink and stuff for this one. Let's pull in Gorgeous Grape and Fresh Freesia. And like I've showed you before, I like to do the darker first. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 flowers. And you do have dies for these, so I'm just going to go 1. And you don't need too much space. 2. And then the third one, I'm just going to go over here. Okay. Look how pretty that looks just with that. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, I love this set too. All right, so there's that. Now, we don't need this anymore. We can put this away. Ooh. All right, and now fresh freesia. And this is such a light color, you do not need to stamp it off, okay? So I'm just gonna get it nice and inked up. And okay, so where you want to look is you want to look at this point right here, and then I make sure I look at this. Then I look at the center of these little things here. It'll clear up for you when you look at all three. Now, hopefully my head won't get in the way, but I'm going to look at the right and at the bottom and those three or those 6 little stamens in the middle there. Okay, so look how pretty and look how clear that came out. Okay, so you want that white to look white because we're going to do something with that in a minute. All right, so let's do it again. We're going to look at the right, that little edge right there, the bottom, and as you get closer, oh, my head's in the way, sorry. So where am I? Here, here, and there. So just angle it and you'll see it come clear as you're just about right on it. Okay, and then another one. Right, the bottom and the stamens in the middle. All right, so there's our 3. All right, the next thing is we are going to go into our smaller flowers. We need Pool Party and Coastal Cabana. Of course, Coastal Cabana is going to be first. And we need our flowers. So we need our little flower. We need our flower here. And why am I missing something? Oh. Oh, that's it. Okay. No, we are missing something. Hold on. I thought I took it out, but maybe I didn't because I already have it cut. All right, here we go. All right, so this little flower, let me grab these because I didn't have this one out like a good girl. All right, here we go. So we have these little flowers, which you don't want to do. All right, you're going to take the 2 darker ones, which is the inside, like I did here. You're going to take this one and you're going to stamp it right here. And then you're going to take these. I'm just going to stamp them right here. Okay, so those are your dark, which is your Coastal Cabana. And now you need your lighter, which is your Pool Party. All right, so take your smaller flower and it's going to go right on here. You're going to look at, see that little spot right there in the middle? That's what you're going to look at. Okay, so I stamped this off. So just, let me find my... Okay, so I stamped that off, so stamp it. And then come in here. Oh, no, I don't think I did. I'm sorry. Hold on. No, because I did Pool Party instead of Coastal Cabana. So just bring it right in. You can see right through the dark. So look at the corner on the right and the center. So as long as you look at the corner here, and these lighten up, so don't think, oh my gosh, that's so dark. They do lighten up because I thought this one was a different color than Gorgeous Grape, and then I was like, that doesn't look right. Okay, so it will lighten up. All right, and then we're going to take the little ones, and you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to get the centers of the flowers and just go straight down. Okay, so there's your flowers. And now you need your leaves, which is Granny Apple Green. So my bingos, I try not, I mean, I make my cards how I would make my cards. So a lot of times, especially my husband is like, why do you make them so difficult? And I'm like, I'm not going to do a card just to do a card. And it's not me. It's not my card. You're going to take your large leaf and just, you're going to do 2. So there's 1. And then bring in your smaller piece. And then there's 1. Okay, so you need 2. And then, and you can do, I do Granny Apple Green. I honestly think I did Pear Pizzazz on this, but it doesn't really matter. They're both absolutely beautiful. Oh, you know what? That's why. This is Parakeet Parade. I'm like, why does it look so different? I'm using both of those colors on another project that we're going to do. So, okay, there we go. So we're going to do, rewind. There we go. That's what we want. So we're going to do 2 of those. We're just going to squish them on here because I've got them pre-cut anyway. But see how pretty they are? There's no two-stepping with this one. It's just, they're just gorgeous like they are. And then you're going to do 4 of your little ones. Okay. So 1, you're going to have room because you're not going to mess up like me. See, there's 1 over here. 2, 3, and 4. So you need 2 of these and 4 of those. Okay. All right. Yay. So there are all the flowers. And let me cut them out. Put them, there you go. So I have my 3 flowers and 3, my blue flowers, which I'm going to show you what I did, and then all the leaves. Now, you're going to take your Wink of Stella and you're going to take your Daffodil Delight and you're going to squish some up on the top. You're going to take your Wink of Stella, and the daffodil is really bright, so we're going to do that right in the middle of your Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. Look how pretty that is. And it gives it sparkle and adds to the inside of your flower. Okay, see how pretty that is? Okay, now I just wipe it off on a baby wipe or paper or whatever. And now I'm going to get my pale papaya and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to grab the inside and you're just going to add the color and come down. Okay, so they're going to look like that. So you're just adding that little bit of color and that little bit of sparkle to your card. Let's see if you can see it sparkle a little more. There you go. Okay, so you're going to do that to the rest of them. Let me just do it quickly while I'm here because I'm sure you'll see these on something else soon. La, 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 la. There we go. All 3, quick and easy. All right, so there we go. I always appreciate Anique watching me because it's always so late on bingo especially. All right, so there you go. You die cut them out, and there's all your flowers. This I will save for later. All right, now let's go ahead and do some embossing. We are going to take this piece of paper here, because I have it right here. And we'll just put this underneath like this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to stamp our sentiments. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. You can use it on your Stamparatus so that it's in the same spot so that you can do your Versamark on it again. Or you can be really quick and use your ink color. So we're going to try that just because it's video purposes and it's faster. And it does work sometimes. It's better with regular ink than black, but we're just going to give it a try since it did work on my other card and I do it often. But of course I'm on screen and you know, that's where it gets crazy. So I have my powder ready to go. You want to make sure that it is ready to go because we're going to stamp on here and have it all ready to go. So we're going to do the thanks first. So get it nice and inky. Okay, you want to get it really inky. See how it looks wet? You want to make sure it's really wet. Okay, and then you're going to come in here and you are going to stamp it as straight as you can. Pick it up and put your clear on it right away, like right away. See how it's on there? All right, now what I do, because the ink is kind of dry, it dries super fast, I definitely do this from the bottom. I don't want to blow what's on there off because it's the black ink and it dries really fast. And so if your ink is drying and then you blow from the top, you're probably going to blow all of your ink off. Okay, so see how it's turning shiny. If I were to do it from the top, I think it would blow off quite a bit. And you don't want that. All right, so there you go. So if you don't have Versamark, you can do it this way. You just got to do it quick. All right, so there's the first part. The second part is for everything. Now these letters are super thin and super tiny, so they're going to even dry faster. So you may not get it with Versamark, and you also want to make sure it's between the lines because this fits pretty much right in between the lines. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to kind of curve my paper so I get a good angle at it. And let's just hope for the best. All right, and let's see, how close did I do it? Okay, so I kind of missed that one and I went to this one. And my E is right about below, my second E in everything is right below the S. So I'm just going to go, I'm holding it down with my pinkies. And I'm just going to go down as even as I can. And then I'm going to try, and it worked. Again, make sure you do it from underneath. It just adds a little bit more to your card. It makes it a little fancy. And I think that with all those pretty flowers and as pretty as this card is, I think adding the embossing just adds that much more to it. There you go. You can see that everything is shiny too. So you just got to be quick with it. And you can just use clear. Number one, that really helps your project not have black ink kind of sparkly on it, right? And it just makes it look a lot neater because you know how unless you're using a lot of your embossing buddy and really powdering it up, you may have, you know, black speckles on it, but this is just clear and it's all nice now. So let's go ahead and now put this part together. So we're going to, I'm just going to get rid of my gun here. My heat tool, I mean. I'm used to calling it a heat gun. Thank you, Forever Blessed. I appreciate that very much. All right, so we're going to do, oh, let's not do the white first. We're going to put our white, our panel on there first because we want to make sure it fits really nicely just on the white, just in case we need to trim it. And I know that we need to trim the green. The green I try to leave a little long. It just gives you that much more wiggle room to get it on there just right. Because you know how sometimes you're on the 4 or you're on the 5 1/4 and sometimes you're to the left or to the right and you just want to make sure. I like to put my mat underneath because I want to make sure that this goes all the way to the corner on both sides. Okay, so that's good. And now you can pull it up and just make sure there's nothing on the outsides. Okay, and that looks good. But now we want this. It's easier. You can go over both lines if you want. You could also go on the white and just butt it right up against the purple and make sure. Now that is sticking up a little bit right there. See how that is? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take glue and I'm just going to put a tiny bit on my mat. Okay, just a tiny bit. Take a pokey tool or whatever you've got, just a little bit on there. Put that right underneath and turn it just to get that glue right there. And that's going to help lay that down. And then I'm going to do it right here. And you might need to lift it with something else. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right there. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to take this, because you want it straight, and you can either put it on the white and take it up against the purple or barely go over. Luckily this paper has a line on it, and so I'm just going to go right on top of that line. So it's whatever you want to do. Oh, I need you. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm just going to put my glue. I was just teaching one of my downlines about videos and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I recommend not editing the videos. Because I know when I watch videos, I prefer they don't edit. I want to see how they fixed it or what they did and how they did it, and you know, because that's how you learn. You learn all kinds of little tips and tricks that way. All right, so now I'm just going to trim that off. Ta-da! Now this can go on our panel, so that's ready to go. So I know my bingos are longer than a lot of people, but that's just because I'm crazy. All right, so we're just going to put that right there. And there we go. Look how pretty. And then we're going to put this on the inside. And we're good with that because our dimensionals can't go over this anyway, because it'll keep it, it will just seal our card, and we can't do that. Like I said, I made this card a long time ago, and with an old Stampin' Up set. I wish in fact, I think I still have that card somewhere. But I want to say it was the Bloom Market or Flower Market. I think it was Flower Market I used. Something like that. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to put this inside. Just in case we go over this, we're not going to stick it to our card. So let's bring this back in. And if you look, it is all on dimensions, okay? So all dimensionals. So let's go ahead and get these in here, but you want to kind of do it slowly as you go because some of the things overlap and some of it you want to make sure you don't get it over the top. So I'm going to look at the flowers. You're going to do the flowers first. So I'm going to look at this flower, and we know that we can't go over the edge here. So we're going to pull it in just a little bit, and we're going to go like right about there. And it's not, I mean, you don't have to be all crazy about it. It's not, it doesn't have to look exactly the same, of course. So we're going to go across the bottom just like that, and we're going to take those off. And I like to put my fingers right here just so I kind of know where I can go. And I think I can go right there. So it can go as high or as low as you want. This, see how there's dimensionals there, but over here there's not in between. So we are going to add, this one I think I did glue. Let me just double check. Yes. So this one, you can cut it too. So remember, you're only doing this top part. So you could cut it, you could even use this if you cut it just right someplace else. But I think this is going to fit in just right where I want it, so I'm just going to do that. So I'm just going to add glue right here. I'm going to slide that in between, right about there. Now open it, and see I still have a little bit of glue, so I can still go down a little farther. As long as I'm seeing that other greenery, I'm fine with it. And now I could wipe that off. Because it's dimensioned, it's not going to really lay on your card anyway. It's going to be stuck up, but it's as long as you get it in there and lay it down. So what I'm going to do is take this and just kind of push it down. I want to make sure that this is pushed down. All right. And I'm going to turn it a little bit because it's covering my thanks. And see, that's much better, a little bit in between the A and an N, and I'm good with that. Now you could cut it if you want and make it a little shorter. It's totally up to you. You could also angle it a little bit more, just whatever works for you. Now the next one, I'm going to come in again, and I'm going to do it this way. All right, so we're going to do that, and then this one is going to come over here. So let's do this one next. Same thing, and then that way the middle one you can kind of fit everything in between these. Okay, so again, let's take this off. Hold your fingers here, kind of get it at an angle how you want it. Okay, so that's good. Now this one, same thing. And now you don't have to lay them down so firmly. You can just kind of lay them there a little bit. So have your fingers here, and then kind of, this is going to go right about there, a little bit under. And I'm just going to lightly lay it because now we're going to bring in our other flowers. This is definitely going to go underneath this other dimensional that's right here. So it's lightly on there. So we're going to take this one with mini dimensionals, and it's underneath, so you really don't need that many. So I'm just going to do it like this. This is going to go facing downward and be on the card. So we're going to go right below the other dimensional that's there. So the dimensional is here, the other one's over here. Okay, and so now that's good. Let's take this one, and we're going to put a large dimensional on it. Okay, so it's going to go this way. I'm going to put it to the right so that you can slide it up against this flower if you wanted. So you can slide it all the way up to right about there. So now the dimensional is right in between these two. So everything's still kind of on an even thing. We're going to bring our leaves in. And you just kind of want to put them wherever, you know, you think looks good. There's green up here. So I definitely want to have, and there's green right here. I'm going to put green right here. I'll turn it this way a little bit. All right, and I'm going to angle it this way. So my dimensionals are down here, my big one's up here. So you're going to angle it. Sorry, I haven't looked for questions up here. You're right, Barbara. I completely agree. It is more authentic if you don't change it, and it's more authentic video if you are just watching somebody that's crafty. Now I'm going to put this one on here. The top of it's still there, but instead of trying to put it on here and make sure it's right, I'm going to put it there. I'm also going to put this one right about there. It can't hang out too far anyway because you don't want it off the edge. So I'm going to lift this flower. That one's sticky. This one I'm going to take off right now while I'm holding the flower up. I'm going to hold my finger right there. I want to make sure that goes in the card base and turn it a little bit. Okay, so it's just sticking out enough. Now see, this flower's kind of up. You could take a little bit of glue and just set it there, and it'll hold your flower down. Now it popped up because it's still wet, but it'll get sticky. It still popped up, but I'm going to wait until that glue gets a little tacky, and then I'll push it down. So we'll give that a minute. All right. Now for these pretty flowers, I want this big one up at the top. We're going to do it like this. So I want a big dimensional right here. And then I'm going to do a little dimensional right here, because it's probably going to land on the leaf some. Oops. All right. So when you get your flowers, it's wherever you want them to go. It doesn't have to be here or there. So that big one's in between here, and then we have this one here. So let's get another leaf. And we're going to add our dimensionals. Isn't this pretty? I just love these colors together. All right, I know I'm just throwing my trash everywhere here. It's supposed to look neat, right? Well, you know, this is as real as it gets. All right, so we're going to put this one here. Not too far off the edge. You don't want it to stick out. And then our last one, we're going to put it like right, see, I have a dimensional right there, so I'm going to come down a little ways and put it there. And I'm actually going to put glue. No, I'm not. I'm going to put dimensionals. Dimensionals. Okay. I might have to move this one. In fact, I know I'm going to have to. So this one I put too high. So we're just going to pick it up and move it down. All right. Again, we're just going to slide it and go like that. See? So now the dimensionals, even that one I just did, is now on top of that flower. Okay. So there we go. Now, oh, see, we got to push this back down because now it's tacky. See, now it's not sticking up anymore. The green glue is so good because it will just start to get tacky, and just let it, if you think you put too much, same thing. Let it get tacky a little bit, and then you can put it on there. All right, so there are these, and now we just have to put our embellishments. So here is one. And then I did the small one. So I tend to do the large and the small together. And then I do the medium one someplace else because I want you to see it. And we're just going to put it right there. All right, there we go. So there we go. Super simple. Kind of create your flowers wherever you want them. It really doesn't matter. But isn't that pretty? So I tried to tie in the colors on this. This is the free paper from our Dandy Delights paper. It's free in the celebration. And I just wanted to and this is too. So I just wanted to kind of tie it in together. And like I said, I did this card years ago. I want to say 2012 maybe. And I just love the format. I love how it is. And so, see, this is missing up here and this one's not. I probably should have cut this one down a little bit. So this is how I'm going to do it. I know it's a long video, but guess what? I think it's too long. So I'm going to slide it out. And normally I would have cut it ahead of time, but I didn't really realize. I thought it would be okay. But so now we're going to throw that away. And see, if you go back and forth like this and slide it when it's glue, it actually works out pretty well. All right, so now I'm going to go back in here. Okay. Oops, too much glue. Too much. Again. All right, there we go. There we go. That's much better. Yep, not wet. So there we go. Much better. See how you can see the words now? I would prefer that. So there we go. Had I not put that dimensional right there, I could have moved this over a little bit and had it more like that, but I'm fine with it like it is. I think it's really pretty. Is it live? Let's look after. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Thanks, you guys. I'm glad you like it. So we'll set that card aside. Woohoo! On to now this pile of ink pads in front of me, but I think I have to use some of them again. So let's move on to our next bingo. Two cards down. Thank you, Marcie. Just wanted to make sure you have my numbers. Let me look. Oh, you just signed up. Let me go look real quick. Hold on. Let me do it on my phone so I don't mess up my YouTube here. 1 second. I do share. Hold on. Let me write that down. All right, I do have them. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. Marcie, you take such a... Aw, thank you, Debbie. You just missed one, Cheryl. One bingo. That was our second card. This is our second bingo. All right. Here we go. Number 29. I'm going to go a little fast at the beginning, you know. 22. Because nobody can win without 5. Thank you, Stephanie. 23. So those are your first 3. Well, I try to move all of it. Look at this. Woohoo! That was a lot of stamps on that one, but it sure was pretty. All right. Next one. Ooh, got some bees. 18. 21. I'm going to make a little space here. Who has a BI? Barbara has a BI already. Lots of B's. $24. Number 4. All right, Trina and Nancy. Now we know Nancy's playing for fun because she's already won one bingo. Angela, Darlene, Barbara. Oh, and Stephanie, all BIs. Now, I've mentioned this before, but not tonight. If you are a consolation prize winner, which means you didn't call your bingo first, but you called it second, you can opt out to not get a consolation prize and continue playing if you'd like. Totally up to you, but you will not get a consolation prize, but you can continue trying for a bingo. So totally up to you. Number 6. Ooh, Michelle has a BIN. Number 10. I told you guys about this little envelope on my nails. It makes me think I have a dimensional on it when I'm doing stuff, and I go, oh, I think I shouldn't have done that. Ooh, Michelle, B-I-N-G. B-I-N-G for Michelle. Watch out. B-I-N for Luann. Yay, first timer. All right, number 12. Number 12. I'm waiting for it. Still hasn't come up on the screen, so I just want to make sure since we're getting close. Because Michelle is close. Number 11. Thank you, Debbie. Oh, it's a lot of practice. Trust me, I've thrown a lot of stuff in the trash. It happens. Some days you're on, some days you're not. Some days you're just like, oh, that's terrible. Got to start over. And then there's days where you just walk away and you come back the next day and then you're like, oh, it's like Eureka. You realize there's something, that you know exactly what you want to do. Oh, a telemarketer's calling me. I'm so excited. Do you guys have a friend, telemarketer? They call me all the time. They must really like me. And it's funny, it's the same area code, different number. All the time, different number. Number 17. Oh, look, it's almost Valentine's Day again. I must have started bingo shortly after. It's been almost 2 years. No, let me think. It's almost been 3 years. My anniversary with Stampin' Up! Is February. Of course, I signed up during a celebration. It would be silly not to, right? 19. Oh, Michelle got bingo right before I called the next number. And that doesn't matter anyway, as long as you call it first. All right, let's see. Michelle. 4, 6. 4 and 6, 17. 24 and 29. Yay, Michelle! Congratulations! Woo, woo, woo. Let me write that down. Does anybody else have one? Congratulations, Michelle. Yay. Nobody else? All right, this is Michelle. Like they say at the bingo parlor, hearing none. Congratulations to one player. Yay. Which is never me, by the way. Yay, yay. Congratulations. So both Michelle and Nancy Lee, you guys know, message me your order. And I'm just double checking one more time. No other names. Boop, back in the bucket for next time. I'm just gonna, uh-oh, don't lose that number. It could have been somebody's. All right, or that one. All right, all shook up. Card number 3 is a fun card and a stamp set that some people think is challenging. So I want to show you how I do it. And I love this card. Now, I first have to tell you that there is a demonstrator named Yvonne Spickman. And when I saw her card, I was like, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I have to do something like it. So I changed it up a lot. Basically, she used these colors. But I loved the card. So I wanted to do something, and there's so much texture. See if you can see the texture right there. See all that texture on it? This is such a fun set. So I want to show you how I came up with it and how I do it. Your card is the large card in the multi-pack of cards. Remember, we used the little cards during Christmas, I believe. And so this is the larger card. So I wanted to show you how I came up with it. First of all, look at the background on this textured embossing folder. Is that not gorgeous? I absolutely love it. And so that is the Cane Weave 3D folder. Okay, the next thing I used the hand-drawn dots we're going to use for the back. And then we used the Sweet Citrus bundle, and this is the hybrid one because it's got the embossing folder. So I just slide this embossing folder behind my dies because I don't want to forget that this has this. And so if I kept this with my embossing folders, I could use this on its own because it's gorgeous, but I don't always, and so I just leave it here with the set. So I'm going to show you how I did this. And your card is going to come in the envelope for this card because it is the odd larger card. And so I'm going to give you an envelope for this one. Okay. So let's make sure we got everything. Yes, so here's our goodies. We're going to put those right there. And we're going to set our envelope aside. The first thing is we're going to do our inside. So let's make sure your white fits inside your blue, and it does. Make sure your blue fits inside the white, only because it's an odd size card. I want to make sure. And now we're just going to go ahead and put this on here. All right, we're going to take our basic white and we are going to just hold it on the edge. See how I can still move it around? Even though the adhesive is sort of touching, I like to do it this way. I like to eyeball left, right, up, down. Then I let go and I make sure that this looks okay. Then I let go and it's pretty right on. All right, we're going to just go ahead and put this on the inside. Yeah, we're going to do another card soon with this size because I did so many at Christmas time and we used all the small ones. You would not believe how many sets I have of this. It's crazy. No, I don't think it does. It doesn't cost extra. This is just kind of like in the grocery store when you buy a bigger card. You know, it's still a stamp set. It's still, as long as you don't make it super thick and way too big, because this will still fit in the slot. It's the same. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to push this side, and then we're going to work with this. So right now, what I do is, I'm going to move my envelope. With the hand-drawn dots, it's a very large stamp set, right? And I don't like using the big heavy block. I just don't. So I like to use my Stamparatus lid. I also don't do it like this. So I will take this piece of paper that I had earlier. I am going to ink this up, and we're going to use Night of Navy. So let me pull my colors out here. Night of Navy. And we are going to ink this up nice and good. Now remember, most of it is going to be covered. So you want to make sure, if you hold this up here, it's not going to fit, okay? Or if it does, barely gonna fit. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get the top and the bottom, okay? So you could do it multiple ways. You could do most of it this way, and then you can change it up. So let me show you how I did it. And I mean, obviously, it doesn't really matter. You're going to not see a lot of it. So make sure it's nice and inky. And so what I'm going to do is I do it to where I'm going to get most of it done. So I'm going to put it right on top here and let it go. I'm going to put my paper on top. Okay. You always want to have one hand on. And you're just going to go all the way down the edges, all the way over, all the way down. So just make sure you get it all on there the best you can, okay? Okay, make sure, especially the edges, because that's where you're going to see it. All right, now keep your hand on, lift this up, grab the corner, and then lift up, okay? So there's our dots. Now, you're going to see right here that you don't have that spot, and you want the dots to kind of, you know, there is kind of a uniformity. You can tell that these go in a line like this. So I don't want to go to the edge. I want to come to the bottom. So not the part with this, but this part, just because it's easier and you don't get ink all over this part. I'm just going to go right there. I'm looking at right here is where I need it. And if it goes a little bit above, it's okay, because your paper is going to come right there, right? So you could just eyeball it. You could turn this over and do it this way, but I prefer to do it this way. I'm just going to lay it right about here, and I'm going to lay it right across, and I'm going to do the same thing. Bring my paper in, because that ink is everywhere if you don't. I'm going to lay it down, go across, grab it, and lift, and there you go. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of a space right here, but especially in this stamp set, you really don't have to worry too much about that. And we're going to cover most of that up. So I'm just going to get most of this ink off so I don't get it all over somehow, because that happens. And we're going to just move that aside. Okay, so now our background is done. So we are done with this for right now. It will come back up, but now make sure you wipe your hands off really good. And again, if you guys don't know, I use the Costco baby wipes because there's no lint, and I just love them. And you can order them if you're not near a Costco, but your Costco membership have it, you can order them and they'll mail them to you. All right. We have 3 in town, so it's okay. All right, so now I already embossed your background. I like the flat centers to be down. I want this pretty part on top. Now that's pretty too, but I like the flat down. And this is liquid. Will adhere to this really well. So that's why whenever it's an embossing folder, Oops. So these have this little metal thing, and I need to clean my needle, so that's why it came out with my needle. Okay. So you're already going to get this piece, and it's already embossed. So it's a really deep embossing folder because I'm trying to go across it, and it keeps getting stuck. All right, so there we go. So again, center this the best you can. Right there is fine. Okay, and now we're going to work on our fruit. So we'll set that aside for a minute and bring this in. All right, the first thing we're going to do is let's put our sentiment on here. So we're going to do it with Night of Navy. And we are going to use Have a Zesty Birthday, because of course we always need that, right? A nice birthday. And we're going to put this, it looks like I got ink. Oh no, it's not. Okay, we're going to put this one. This side looks straighter. I don't know why, but it does. So I'm going to put this straight right here. Trying not to get my head in the way. Thank you, Anique. Have a good night, or morning, I should say. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. All right, so sorry, I started reading. And all right, so there's that. So we will cut this out. And so I'm just going to cut it out now while we're right here. And I'm going to flag that in. So I want this end a little longer too. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring this in. And I'm going to cut this end a little bit. Just a little bit. And I eyeball this. I just kind of, I know I'm kind of crazy like this, but I just eyeball it and just make it a little smaller. I don't want it super small because the words are kind of, so I really do eyeball it. I just put it in there and take my best guess and go for it. So there's this, and now we're gonna flag it after. We need that ink right now, so I don't want to close it, but see, this one's a little longer than the other one, so I'm going to make it a little shorter. And then I'm going to do this one. So, like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. So we're going to put that aside. This is the one I'm thinking you might need more ink. I mean, more paper. So I might have to add more white paper for you. All right, we need Night of Navy. Oh, it's right here. And we're going to take our little flowers. So, of course, I showed you the Zesty set. So we're going to use these flowers here. We're going to use this, and then we already used our sentiment. So let's do these in blue. Let me bring the card back in so you can see. We're going to do these flowers here in blue. So we need 1, 2, 3 small and 2 large. So this is 2 small and a large. So this one can go here because it will go nicely on my little piece of paper. And then I'm going to do this one in the corner. Okay, we're going to do another one. All right, now these flowers come with the centers. So they're little tiny. This is 2, this is 1 stamp, and then this is a separate stamp. All right, so now we're going to pull in our parakeet party. And we're going to do the large one. And we're just going to add the center. Add the center. And then we're going to do the little ones. Okay, there's 2. And we're just going to add them right onto our flower there and here. Now what's important, because you're sharing this piece of paper, you need to die cut this first. Okay, so you want to die cut it first because that is the same paper that we're going to be embossing with, okay, to do our fruit. So we're going to die cut these. I already have them, so we don't need to, but you want to die cut these first, okay? Now I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. And I'm sure everybody does this a little bit differently, but this is how I do it. I always have a paper underneath here. I have my foam on here. And we're going to turn our paper. I want to make sure my fruit's going to go on and not hit that, so we might have to turn this. Okay, there we go, right? All right, so we want to do the dark first. So the outline of your fruit is going to be first. And you're going to take your granny apple, and we are going to ink the granny apple onto the rind of, I got something on here, the rind of your stamp, of your fruit. So the lining would be the darker. Okay, and I know from my last stamp I need to move this out a little bit. And you can line this up with your fruit and stuff first. Okay, so here's the, look what I just did. Maybe you can't do that one first. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so I am going to have to give you guys another piece of paper because that won't work. All right, so don't worry. I'll put another piece of white paper in your kit. See, this is why I like to do this first before I mail them out. Okay, there we go. And stamp your rind. All right, so there's your outside. And now you're going to get your parakeet party. And you're going to stamp your inside. Okay, so it's really easy to line up. Make sure when you're stamping this little edge up here, for whatever reason, always for me, I forget, like it doesn't go all the way up there. So make sure you get up there. And you'll see, as long as you align them in the circle, you have plenty of white around. You know, it's that white part of the rind, so don't even worry about that. Just put that in there. Okay, and then there you go. See? So pretty. And so you're going to need to do this twice because you need the lemon twice. And so you don't have to do all of this if you don't want to, but you might as well because you're going to have some extra. You're going to want that one too. So let's take those out. And let me just wipe these up. Okay, so make sure you do those. Count what you need. So you need 2 lemons, 1/2, one slice, I should say, 1/2 and 1/2. So you've got the half a lemon, a slice, full slice, half slice, and a lemon, and you need 2 lemons. And then on the inside, I just added a slice and then a couple little flowers. So you can add whatever you want on there. All right, so that is what I did. Just line them up. They're super easy to line up. Now, what I did is take your embossing folder and your die. All right, so just take this. Here you have 2 sets of flowers for the cluster, and then you have the individual. And then you're going to need leaves too. So you need 3 of those, which again, You could use your extra piece of paper. You could even put them here because you just need this part for the embossing folder. So you could do here, but die cut first before you do the center part. Okay, but I'm going to give you another piece of paper so you can do all that. All right. So what you're going to do, this is how I do it. I put my die, okay, so the Stampin' Up is on this part. I put my die on top of here. So just look for the lemon. The lemon's right here. I put that there, and you'll feel that it just kind of connects in there. Okay, it doesn't snap, like it will fall out, so be careful. And then I take this and I put it on here, and then I turn it over. Now this is how I do it. And then I align it exactly how I want it. I make sure my lemon's in there. And then I take the bottom portion and kind of just slide it around so that you can see the outside rind. And you're going to look for your slices. Okay, make sure your slices are aligned where you want them. Like right here, I can tell it's out a little bit. So I'm going to pull it towards me a little. And then push this back up a little so you can kind of just make sure everything is looking just right. Okay, so just kind of get it right there where you want it. That looks pretty good. So see, it doesn't matter if your paper is straight because I just want these pieces that are embossed and cut. If you want it as an embossing folder, obviously it needs to be straight. Now I hold that, then I grab it right here and close it. So your die is in there and your paper, and then you run it through your embossing folder. Okay, just like you would a regular embossing folder, because this one isn't super thick and that die fits inside the embossing folder. Okay, so once you do that, then they all come out individual. Okay, and then you end up with a piece like this. Okay, so if you wanted to use this, you could just put, you know, put your lemon back in there, put everything back in. If you wanted to color, like brayer this or do something different with the background or daub it or whatever, and then you could, you know, create something different. But this is what comes out. So this is all your pieces. All right. Oh, I think I did have an extra piece of paper right here. Anyway, I'll double check and make sure you guys have enough. All right, then you're going to, I want to make sure I cut them all. You don't need to see me cut, right? Now we're going to come up, I'm going to save this for later because I will use it. And once you put that through, it die cuts everything. Again, your flowers, your leaves. So you want 3 large leaves, 2 large flowers, 3 small, but then if you want to add some in the middle, whatever flowers you have extra after die cutting and whatever, that's what I would use. Hi, Julie, how are you? All right, so now let's bring in our card. And we're going to start layering things up. So get your dimensionals. And I'm just going to put some on my lemon. 1 lemon, because it's going to go in the back. The other lemon, I'm not going to put it on the top. I'm just going to put one on the bottom, because we'll fix that one. This is our main lemon. I'm going to put 2. And I'm going to put them like 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom, because we're going to put things around that. This one we're going to have facing outward. I'm definitely going to put one on this side because it's going to be like this, and I'm going to wait for this side. I'm going to put one at the bottom though. I'm looking here, so I know I'm going to be able to do that. This one, I'm going to put 1 on the bottom, and I'm going to wait on the rest until I see what's going on. And I know this seems fast, but you'll see once you have the card in front of you. I am going to get a small one, put over here. And stop me and ask me any questions if you have any. I know this seems fast, but I know you guys don't want to be here all night. And the last card is a fancy fold. And so it's going to be a little attention to detail on that. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll do another one. I like to put one underneath, even though you tuck it under. I just like that extra stickiness there. This one I have a large one. I'm not worried because I'm not sure yet. Oh, no, I think we're good. I'm looking at them now. I think it's going to be fine. I'm going to put a small one. And then this we're gluing down on the inside, so I'm going to push that aside. And then we have our flowers, and they all have dimensions on them. Oops, I want a big one. All right, there we go. Oh, thanks to Shauna. I appreciate that. All right, so now let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put our large lemon right about here. And again, I'm going to put it straight up and down because we have a leaf going in over here, okay? So straight up and down is where I want it. Again, this card I told you was, what's her name? Yvonne Spickman. I saw her create these colors and this kind of look, but I added the dots, I added texture in the back. I mean, I did some things differently, but when you see a card and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this, then that's what happens. I'm going to put it right about there. So up and down are my dimensionals. Let's take one leaf. We know for sure where it's going. So let's take it. Good night, Lisa. Thank you. All right, we're going to tuck this in here. Make sure you're within the side. I'm going to put that there. And then the next one, I think I'm going to just take this, not this lemon, because this one doesn't have anything there. This one is going on the back, so I'm going to do this too. I like the little point, the more pointed one on the end. And I'm going to stick this right about here. Right about there. Kind of stick that in. This one is going to come here but turned. And you want it kind of close to the edge, but you want it to make sure you overlap it. And then I'm going to put some glue right here because it's going to lay on top of that one. So I'm going to put this one right about there. Okay. And now we know that this leaf is just tucked behind it. And so you can just kind of keep going. Sometimes I do the leaves last because that just is a filler, but since I already have this pattern, I know. But normally I would do these. I would add the lemon. I would add my other lemon. And then I would do the leaves because I want to fill it in and kind of, you know, put them everywhere. So, but because we already kind of have an idea of what we're doing, we're going to just do it this way. All right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to add a little bit here and a little bit here. And we're going to cover the whole up, but I want it kind of down a little bit. So it doesn't have to be like all the way. I don't want it on here. I want it to go on the rind right there. So I'm good with that. And this is really bumpy, so just make sure you push your dimensionals on there pretty good. All right, now our lemon. Again, we're going to put glue right here. You can use glue dots if you want. All right, and now I'm going to just tuck this under. It has glue right there, remember, so it's going to be fine. And I don't want to cover the center, and I don't want it to go too far out to the side, so I'm going to angle it up a bit like that. Okay. So we have one more leaf. So we're going to put this right here, and I'm going to let this one hang out a ways because we're going to put our banner over that, right? So let's do our banner, and we're just going to have it go straight across. Mainly, I'm going to put one small dimensional, oops, in the bottom center. Bottom center. Make sure your little dimensional, the flat part goes against the flat there. And now I'm going to put glue across the top. Okay. So it's going to go right across here and right across your leaf, right across your lemons, all right there, and push right there. Get your dimensional, make sure it's good. Okay, now we're going to pop up our flowers. And you just kind of sporadically put them, and this is kind of what she did. The flowers is what just, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so stinking cute. So I changed it up a bit, but her card definitely gave me inspiration for this because it was just so pretty. I'm telling you, when you see a card that you just think, oh, I gotta copy it, copy it. That's why it's there, but just give credit. It's the courtesy and what is the word I'm saying? Unspoken whatever to do. So I try to, but sometimes, you know, you see stuff and then you think about it way later, like, oh, I saw a card kind of like this once, and then you're like, but whose was it? I'm just going to tuck this under. I need something to, there we go, just kind of partially right there. That's good. I want to see the whole thing, right? All right. So now, cleaning up. Now we just need to put our pretties on. Oh, wait. Let's go back. Let's go on the inside real quick. So on this one, glue is the way. It has texture, so make sure you get a good amount of glue there. I'm just going to put it just like that. And then I don't think I added dimensionals. No. I added a small and a medium on the inside. It really doesn't matter. I have 3 little ones, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue. You want to put a decent amount. I'm going to put this one here. And I'm going to add, now I'm doing it in odd numbers because I have little ones. Earlier I did a large and one small, but I think I'm just going to add this one up here because I just think it's cute. So that's my inside. And then the outside, we're going to add 2 large. And I kind of tried to make sure it was on, you know, you got to really make sure it's on there, but the small one I'm putting inside the little bumpy thing right there. I think it holds better, I think. And then down here, I'm just going to put it in a little triangle, like right there. I love these. These are from, I think these are them, right here. The 2022-24 in color, and that's where these are from, and it just matches perfectly. I love it. So there we go. There's this card, our 3rd card. I mean, it's really not that difficult, but the texture that this set gives you is just so pretty. I just love it. I love this. Now you could also add little I'm thinking rhinestones inside of these. So if you wanted to add and really, you know, spruce it up a little bit more. But I just love the polka dots in the background. I mean, they're hand-drawn dots, but it just adds so much. You could add DSP too if you wanted to. So remember, when I do my bingo cards, you could do something else here. You could do flowers. You could do a seascape, you know, the seashells. If you don't have this set, you know, I'm still going to give you this textured. I'm still going to give you the larger card with the envelope. You're still going to get the embellishments. So put something else here. Put some fish or some seashells, or, you know, make it that masculine card. Even add that, you know, the father and son or daughter, whatever. Make it a Father's Day card. There's a lot of things you can do with the bingo. But to Sean and me too, when I saw this card, I was like, oh, those colors together. Perfect. So, oh, my cards are sliding. I can't show them later if they're falling all over. All right, so there you go. That is another card done. Yay. I hope you guys are enjoying the cards. I hope it's helping you not be intimidated by stamp sets. I mean, there's so many things that you can do to change it up, to add something, to make it different. So just don't stress over that. I just saw that there was a message. Oh, from Debbie. Okay, Debbie, hold on a second here. I just saw your message. Debbie, I have some. I don't know if I grabbed them from your old one, but it's 3, 9, 11, 19, and 28. So if you're still here, 3, 9, 11, 19, and 28. So I don't know if you gave them to me since then, or if I just took them from your last one. I don't know, but I have your numbers. All right, thank you, Stephanie. Thanks, Barbara. Okay, let's win a bingo. Let me move all this. Let me pull in my next project. My next one is a fancy fold. Hi, Randy. How are you? All right, here we go. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. All right, let's see. Good luck, everybody. 17. 24. The first numbers are going to come out a little fast. Make sure your chat is still on live chat. And make sure you pull that bar all the way to the right if you join late. Oh, you guys, I don't know if I told you that we were taking dance lessons. My husband and I, last night was our first night. And we took, we're doing East Coast Swing. And my legs are a little hurting today. Just saying. 29. The teacher was somebody that we used to work with. And he actually teaches dancing. And he's a ballroom dancer. And so I've taken lessons from him before. 23. Because at work he would ask anybody that wanted to do it. At lunchtime we would go upstairs and there was this big room up there and we would just all go learn some dancing. And so I knew a little bit. Oh, Dana, it's so much fun. So, I mean, we were hot and tired and we were, my husband's boss is there and his girlfriend, that we know her too. And so we were like, oh man, next time we're wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and we were all had our sweats on and the guys had their jeans on. It was hilarious. 19. And we were laughing because there was like 10 couples. And we were like, I bet next time everybody shows up in shorts and a t-shirt and brings like a gallon of water. I brought water. I was no fool. Oh, it was a good workout. Trust me. I said, man, I should have been wearing my Fitbit so I could see what my steps were, because there was a lot. Number 8. Lots of B's, a B-I for Darlene and Debbie. Ooh, almost flung the numbers across the way. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Definitely good exercise. I was in better shape today than I thought when I first got up. My husband said, why do I feel like a truck hit me? And I said, oh, I was feeling pretty good. But once I went to the kitchen and I made some toast and I got some iced tea, and I was like, ooh, my legs kind of hurt. All right, B-I's, B-I-N for Darlene. Number 9. So yeah, we go every Tuesday night, so for 6 weeks. And I guess there's 20 different steps that we're going to learn. And we're on number 3. So first day got to 3, and my husband's like, wow, we're learning a lot tonight. Ooh, Debbie, B-I-N-G, good for you. All right. Number 28. Of course, it goes without saying, if anybody is interested in joining Stampin' Up, I'd love to have you on my team. You can go to my blog at marciebeseckerdesigns, and it says join my team right at the top. It'll take you to the page you need to go to. And if you have any questions, let me know. Ooh, Cheryl has a B-I-N-G. All right. Oh, and Darlene, number 7. Number 7. Well, we've got, what, 3 people on, I think? Deborah, Cheryl, and Darlene. Good luck, everybody. I'm waiting until the next number. I see it on the screen just in case, but of course it's whoever yells bingo first, so it doesn't matter if I call the next number or not. 27. And thank you for everyone that plays bingo. I really do appreciate it. And I just love bingo. It's so much fun because I think I have a little bit of time when I'm putting the numbers down that I can watch you guys and you're chatting, or I can chat with you or whatever. It's relaxing. And my husband goes to Costco usually when I do bingo, so I don't have to go. Even better. That's a bonus. All right. Lots of BINs popping up. Olivia has a BIN. 14. Janet and Nancy and Beth and Angela and Carmen, Carol and Luann. Everybody has a BIN. Okay, so number 14. Olivia, I'm sure you and Danny want to join in the dancing, so just let me know. I'll give you information. Eileen now with the BIN. All right, here we go. Number 1. Number 1. Uh-oh, you know when you look over where the needle goes to your glue and you're like, oh, it's not there. Do you know how many times I lose that? So many times. In fact, this is a new one I had to get out of my sewing kit because I lost it. I lost it again. Bingo. Darlene has a bingo. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Darlene. Darlene. I gotta turn the page. Hold on. Okay. 1, 8, 17, 23, and 28. Yay! Congratulations, Darlene. Woohoo! Winner number 3. Congratulations. Is there anybody else? Anybody else? I do not see any. Congratulations. That is awesome. And I will announce again at the end exactly what you guys need to do. So that is all I see is Darlene. Oh, see, Scott said, Scott said, oh, Scott's my son. And I asked him if he wanted to go dancing with us. And he said, oh, Mom, I can't show up, Rick. That wouldn't be fair. So I'm like, He said, are you going to do Soldier Boy? I go, no, I don't think so. All right. Congratulations. Oh, Debbie by 1. So many times that happens at the bingo parlor. Makes me so mad. All right. Well, I don't know where my needle went. So if it shows up, just let me know. I will add a piece of paper to that last card for you guys because they're ready to go. And I just realized that, yeah, I think I should give you another piece. Well, I don't know where my needle went. Hopefully I'll find it. All right. So card number 4, we're going to do card number 4. And then we're going to go to one more bingo. And then I'll explain all the bingo and how that works. So this card, it's not new. It's not a new one, but I got a swap card at Onstage. And I just thought it was so cool. And so this is how it works. So this is how it goes. Look how cute that is. And your door's open. And so I think it's so cute that I just had to do it for bingo so I can show you guys. And so there's some tips and tricks about it. And I do have a picture that I'm going to show you. I don't really think you need a PDF, but if you need help, let me know. I mean, I could possibly create one. I wasn't going to because it's pretty much, well, I'll show you and then we'll just go from there. So let me move everything over because my last card is over to the side a bit. And let me pull this stuff in. So we're going to use the Country Bouquet. And this is the class that I'm doing at the end of the month. And then for the local people, it'll be this coming Saturday. And so you're going to get project kit number 4. We're going to use Just Wanted to Say, which is right here. And we're going to say Happy Valentine's Day on the inside. Okay, so there's that. We have Mint Macaron, Petal Pink, and Mossy Meadow. We have crinkle ribbon, so you'll get your bow and everything. You'll see your kit here in a second. I'll open it up. And the scalloped here, contour scallops, which is already in here. And the DSP, of course, is from the Country Bouquet. Now, you could add more DSP on the inside here if you wanted. I didn't really think you needed it. I've seen it with and without. And I needed my gingham to spread. So, and I didn't think about it till the very end. And I was like, oh, I wonder if there's paper on the inside. And I've seen it both ways. So let's get started. I'm also going to show you a graphic here that I've got. And I'll hold it for a long pause that you could take a picture so that you'll have it for when you're doing your card. All right, so I'll get to that in a minute. So let's see what we have. We're going to open up our kit. All right, so project number 4. We have our DSP. We have our ribbon. We'll put that there. We have our little rhinestones here, our iridescent gems. I'm going to put those up there on the corner. We're going to stamp on this. And so I'm just going to set everything else aside for now. We are going to stamp the inside and we are going to stamp the outside really quickly while we've got this here. So just wanted to say, and happy Valentine's Day. We need our memento. I'm going to move that here. So let's do Just Wanted to Say. I like to ink it up, make sure you get a lot of ink. And I'm just going to set that straight. And I'm going to do it right on the corner. Okay, I inked the Say. Do you see how inky it is? So I'm going to bring in a scratch piece of paper and just push on that kind of hard to get that extra ink off, okay? And now, okay, it still has a lot of ink, so let me, I got a little nuts right there. I just kind of, okay, there we go, feeling better. So even though you want to really ink it, you could still ink it like this and not push it as hard as I did. So just so you know. All right, so we're going to go right to the corner here. You don't have to go all the way down, because don't forget your say has the little tail there, so you don't want to go too far down, but you definitely want to go down enough because you're going to be decorating this, right? So there's that one. We'll set that aside. And then we want Happy Valentine's Day. So we need this piece. So right here, it's pretty much in the middle, but towards the top. And so it's going to go like this. I'll make sure that's straight. And just go. And I have my grid sheet below me, so I can look right here on both sides to just kind of tell that it's kind of going straight. So see how you have it here and there? You can just kind of get a good idea. So there's that. And now in this set, you have this cute little heart right here that's just the outside, which I forgot to grab, so I'm going to grab that now. All right, I'm just going to lay that down. Okay, see how your blocks, sometimes they're longer this way and then shorter. I normally like them shorter, but all my bigger blocks like these are already out. And so I'm going to do it this way. Okay, we're going to close this up and get our mint macaron. And we're just going to do a little heart right here. And it just kind of ties in the color. And then we're going to punch out a lighter heart and we'll just add it up there. So we'll do that in a bit. All right, so there is our inside. So we can actually, we're going to glue that in. No, we'll do that last, and I'll tell you why. Don't glue it in yet. Set that aside. All right, so here is your card. And this is for stamping, so we'll move that aside. And what we're going to do is we are going to add our DSP on here first. So I'm going to just get that out of the way and put it on, because there's no moving mechanisms on this. Everything's fine, and we're going to go ahead and just put that on. And this one I like to hold on the top corner because I like to just kind of see where I'm at on the bottom. And then I can move it up, but I can still see left and right. And then I'll put that on. All right. The next part is our doors, but you don't want to add your adhesive yet. So here are your two doors, and then here are your two pieces that are going to go on your doors. Okay, so let's put those aside. We're going to put all those aside and your DSP, because those are all going to be done later. Then you're going to have two pieces like this. All right, so I'm going to show you. Let me show you the size just in case you goof up and you need to do more, because it might be a little challenging at first. So it's 5 by 1.5. Okay, 5 by 1.5. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because I gave you your pieces like this because I want you to score them and cut them. Because if I did it, it's going to be a little confusing if you ever want to do it again. So, but I have this for you. Ta-da! This is my beautiful graphic. Okay, so 1.5 Okay, and then this is by 5. So let me put that on here because I didn't do that. Let me grab my black pen here. So this is, let me double check, 5 inches. 5, right? 5, just making sure. 5 inches. Okay. All right, so 5 inches. So I like to do this like this so you can tell. Now I'm going to score at 3 1/4, and then I'm going to mark at 1 1/2, which is right here. Okay, so down 1 1/2 on each side. So we're going to score at 3 1/4. So get your board. We're going to put it at 3 1/4. Okay, it's 3 1/4 both ways. Okay, 3 1/4, 3 1/4, 1 1/2. Get your blade out of the way and score. Okay, so score. I'm going to do the same with this one. I like to do both at the same time like this so I don't goof it up. Right now it's in my mind. Score at 3 1/4. Okay, so you have 2 scored at 3 1/4. Now I'm going to go to 1 1/2 and I'm going to mark it. You could do several things. You could do your a little tick mark. You could do your score blade a little bit. I just like to do a little pencil, and because I can do it at the same time. Okay, so on each side I go right down the middle. There's an opening in the middle where your blades go, and I do a pencil. So there's 2 1/2 there, or excuse me, 1 1/2. Okay, 1 1/2 here, and 1 1/2 on this side. Okay, makes sense? All right, now you're going to score. Okay, so the dotted is scoring, so you're going to score here, and now you're going to score here. Okay, so you're just scoring this part now. So now you're going to put this in at your 1 1/2. You're going to go up to, and it doesn't matter where you're at here. You're going to go up to this point. Now you could put your point down here and then move this. This is another way to do it. So your point is down here on right in the center because there's these grooves right here. And you can just slide it in there and go to there, hold it, and score. Okay? Same way, turn it this way. See how it fits right in there? And then just move this right there, and that is right on the line exactly. Okay? And then take this, and then I'm going to do it a little bit better. There you go. Okay, so that one scored. Now this one, we're going to put it inside here at the bottom. That's probably the easiest way to do it, but you can just freehand it up above if you want. All right, and you're going to score, and you're going to turn it. I started doing this for everybody, and then I thought, you know what? If it were me, I would want to know how to do it, not just have it full already done, because I'm not going to, and you'll see in a minute. Okay, now you're going to have 2 pieces, right? You're going to have one going to the right and one going to the left. So you want to take off this, and you want to take off this, okay? So right here it says cut right card piece and then cut opposite side for your left card piece. Okay, so this is the right card piece, but make sure you cut the left side piece. So I just use scissors and just cut straight up to the middle and then straight up. Okay, so there we go. There's one. And then I'm going to cut this one this way. And then I'm not left-handed. I'm going to have to do it this way. Okay, so there we go. So there are your 2 pieces. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Hi, Ada. How are you? All right, so there are those 2 pieces. Okay, so now we're done with this. We don't need it. All right, so I hope that makes sense. Now, let's bring this back in. All right, so now you are going to fold this. And if you wanted to, you could, you know, figure out your mountain and valley, and you could cut out the right way and turn it. It doesn't really matter. But it is what it is. It's going to be fine. So you're gonna score this down, and score this. Okay, burnish it all. Like, I mean, you don't have to burnish it, but just kind of fold it down. And you're gonna put glue there, and then on this one, you're gonna fold it. Same thing. Burnish, burnish. I just kind of do that, and that way. Okay. So now you have them all folded. Now you're going to bring in your card, and if you look, you're going to tell that this one goes to the right and this one goes to the left. Okay, so this one goes to the right. This is going to go in. You're going to have this down here. Okay, and you're going to fold out just like that, and it should be flush against the top. I'm going to try and come in and see if this helps. But sometimes I get out of view because it's such a small space. But all right, so now see how it's flush here and it's flush here. So you're going to put glue just on this corner. So see this? You're going to put glue just on the corner. And I know I should have this one here and this one here, but I don't. So you know, this one's going to the right, this one is on the left. So put glue right there. So you're going to add glue. I guess I should have done seal just so it holds faster for video, but this holds pretty good. All right, I like glue anyway. I would normally just do glue, but I like it because it holds better. All right, so now you're going to glue just that open side because this is your gate. This is your door, okay? It's going to be on your door. So put that on there. Make sure it's nice and tight. And now you're going to fold this over and you're going to do just this piece right here. And you know what? Don't do that yet. Let's do this one because it's easier for this to stay open. Glue this side down so it's the same thing, okay? Go in the opposite way. Glue this one. And I think it was Randy Brosnan. Randy, if you're still on, I believe it was you that gave me this card on stage, this fold. And I've seen it so long ago, but I totally forgot about it until I saw yours. And then I was like, this is so cool. Okay, so there we go. And you can erase your little pencil marks right there. Erase them off. Okay. That was a bad eraser job right there, but that's okay. All right, now this one, I'm going to move it up a little bit, fold it, and I can tell right here that the crease, I'm going to trim it because when I cut it, I went to the edge of the groove a little bit, you know, from the score mark. I went on one side versus the other, so I want to make sure that this closes nicely, and it does. Okay, now we're going to do our glue right here on just this little triangle. So do your little triangle. Okay, and do your little triangle over here. So see, it'll be a lot easier when you put both sides on first. And I put a decent amount of glue because remember, this is moving. All right, so this, I'm going to push it up because this one's kind of trying to fold down a little bit. And I'm going to go down, and this one, I'm going to go down. So I just hold my hands out like that, and then I'm going to go down. Okay, so we're just going to hold that a bit, and for video purposes, we're going to move that over and set, okay, now I'm going back out. I'm going to set that aside and just let that dry a little bit, and we're going to work on our hearts. So now you have this paper. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your heart and you are going to, we are going to do it this way. Don't forget that your punch has the small heart on the bottom. So we are going to do this with Petal Pink first. Oh, it was you, Jackie. Okay, yes. Thank you for reminding me, because I got a card too that I did case from Randy, and now I don't remember which one it was, but it was Jackie. I do remember now. It was right over by where I was sitting. All right, so Petal Pink. Just stamp that down. And remember, this lightens up. It seems dark, but it will lighten. All right, so there's that. And then mint macaron. I'm going to bring in my scratch paper. No, not that one, this one. And again, I'm going to come to the end over here. And I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp right here. Oh, I didn't get the edge, but that's okay. You got to make sure that your tip is up on the paper. But this is being tucked in, and I've already got one stamped, so it's okay. All right, so there's that. All right, and now the other thing we're doing is the leaves. So again, I might have to give you a bigger piece of paper. You know, you think it's big enough, and you think, oh, I have this big piece. I'm just going to cut them in half and give each one a half. All right, so there's this. So let's do this one. And you know what? I'm going to do it again. I know what happened. Look at how it just looks really dirty. It's because I did the green earlier, and I didn't clean it. So right there, I probably got green in my ink pad, and it's got those lines in it. So I'm going to make sure we get a clean piece. All right, here we go. Let's try that again. That's getting all the wet off of it. There we go. Oh, that's so much prettier. Look. So much prettier. This one, that's ugly. Okay, so there's that. And then now we need the leaves, which is Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow. Here we go. I'll put these down here. Okay, it's distressed, so you're not going to get a complete image, so that's fine. All right. And then there's that. So you have your two hearts. And you could do the hearts and the leaves at the same time, you know, on your paper. Like I could have done my leaves this way before I stamped it, but for this purpose, but you can make them line up and it'll be fine. All right, so there's our leaves. There's that. I don't need the white heart. We need the green. So we'll put that in here. The bottom is very close to off the edge. It's not quite, but the white down there, there's no white paper, but we're tucking it in, so I'm not worried about it. So there's that. So you could do it on the one piece of paper if you did the leaves across and move this in the center, but I'm not going to have you do that. So I'll just add more paper. I'll add another sheet of paper in your guys' envelope, so don't worry about that. All right, so we have that. Now this is our mechanism. Woo. Okay, let's move that out of the way now. That's dry. Let's add our inside of a card. All right. So this piece is 4 by 3 3/4. So 4 by 3 3/4. And you can just put that, I guess you could put it in earlier because now it seems like you're going to have to like tuck it in because it goes right underneath the image there. Wait a minute, let me see here. Why does this seem wrong? I bet you I did it. I bet you I stamped it. Okay, so stamp your image this way. So let's do that really quick. 3 3/4 by 4. Well, that's just silly. So hopefully you guys didn't do what I did. 3 3/4 by 4. So it's not widthwise, it's the top goes up. So silly me. Happy. So I hope you guys did that. And I'll give you measurements on everything. All right, so width top wise here, I'm looking at my lines again. I can't believe I just did that. And you know what? I think I might have done that before. All right, there's that. There's this. I'm having trouble in large. You need to see it. Can you resend it to me? I love your cards. I believe you were one of the sent me one of your catalogs. I'm not sure what you mean. You're having trouble seeing it in large. I will help you. Let me know how I can, Shirley. All right. So let's put that here like we had it. There. Oh, much easier. I knew there was a reason I did it after the fact. Really? The Country Lane one? Margie, is that the one you're talking about? Oh boy. All right, so that's the one I'm having the class on, but I think everybody's purchased it. Oh, heck. All right, and then I just put this one up here, so you can just put it wherever you want it, because it came with this one, so you might as well, right? And then I stamped that one. Woohoo, let's try this again. All right. Tashana, are you still here? I know, it's bedtime. I know the East Coast people, thank you so much for sticking with me here. All right, so here we go. See how much easier that is? I knew something wasn't right. So just kind of put it in there like that. And I have a little bit of glue right here. Take that off. All right. And I have a little bit of glue right here. There we go. All right, so there's that. Now the doors. So the doors are going to go all the way to the back, okay? And then the paper covers the front part. So you're going to take your DSP. We'll leave these little ones over here to the side. Okay. Now let's take our doors, and they go on the inside. Okay. So you're going to push it all the way to the inner side and all the way to the inside, and it should line up. If you need to, you don't have to, because If they overlap a tiny bit, it does not matter. If you want to, see this one even overlaps just a tiny bit, but you could cut them if you wanted to, but that's where it gets a little dicey if it doesn't fit right. What you could do is lift this up and put it under a little bit if you feel like you need to have it just exactly straight. Look at you staying up. Debbie too, both of you guys. Okay, so what we're going to do is I like to put my paper here, and then I like to do, make sure it's snug there. Okay, make sure it's lined up, hold it firmly and tight, and then I put my glue here. So I know that it's not going to be, you know, go on the outside of right here. And of course it's a 3D item, so I put a decent amount on. I think I went a little too high right here. And I glopped it, so just move it down. That should be fine. And then I'm going to close this part right here. Okay. All right, so now it's going to grab it. You're going to open it up, and I'm going to put this right here while I work on this side. So we're going to tuck this in. Make sure it's along the bottom. And tuck it in nice. If you want to pull this up a little bit, you can, to just make it a little bit snugger in here so that this doesn't overhang, but it's not that big of a deal because they both open at the same time, so it really doesn't matter. What you want to make sure is that this lines up nice and straight. Again, I like to put a decent amount, not towards the ends, the outside so much, but definitely on the inside. Okay, so now this is going to come in. And you're going to open it up. I am going to take this extra glue right here off. All right. And now I'm just going to set something on this too. Let that sit down. Now, let's bring in this part. We have our heart, and we have our leaves, and we have our scallop piece. Okay, so let me just put this downward so you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our heart here, and we're going to layer this one up. So we're going to put dimensionals that I had. What did I do with them? You know, it just wouldn't be a video if I could not find something. Lost a needle, lost my dimensionals. Did I put them in my bucket? All right, I know you guys are laughing because you can see them and I can't. Oh, found them. Or some of them anyway. Okay. All right, so we're going to glue that one down. We're going to pop this one up. We're going to put our glue dots oh man, that's a bummer. They removed from my order. Oh, heck. All right, so, you know, one side's pointy and one side has a little bit of character. I like that part. So I'm just going to add a glue dot. Isn't it funny? This, I just opened this one and it's on this. You know how sometimes they're on that? So I guess they just can't make up their mind. I want the skinnier leaf over here on this side. Okay, and then I want the bigger leaf on the right side because this side's busy already and I want a bigger leaf over there. That's just how I like it. And then we're going to put this one over here and you can put it, you know, however you want it to go. Whatever works for you. I kind of don't want them looking like a V, so I try to change it up a little bit. And then I would put my mini dimensionals right there if I could find them, but I have a feeling that they dropped into the trash can. So we will just have to open up another pack. All right. And now we're just going to add these here and this one here, and I'm going to put one at the bottom. Okay. All right, so let's glue this. Oh no. Oh, good, Angela. All right, so there's that. And we're going to put this one just kind of over. I could have slid this one up. I'm going to slide that up a little bit more because I wanted them offset a little bit. So now we're going to put those there. And now your bow, we're going to use a glue dot for that. Oh, make sure you use the right side. You want the pretty side up, of course. And then we're just going to put that right about here. It doesn't have to be at the bottom of the bow or the top or the heart or whatever. But because I cut that heart bottom off, you want to do that. And I don't mind that it's over the sentiment. That doesn't, you can move it and read it. The other one, I didn't want it up there because I wanted you to see it like from the get-go. But this one I'm fine with. Now, what you want to do, oh, let me give you the measurements for the doors. The doors are, I probably have it on here. Okay. So the first DSP piece, let's just back up a little bit for measurements. Well, let me put it together and then I'll read all the measurements to you. All right, so let's, hello. Fold this down. Okay. So this one's underneath a little bit, remember, so just make sure it's folded. And see, now it has a little bit of a gap, and I kind of wish it didn't do that, but that's okay. We can fix it. So close that like this. It's because I tried tucking them in a little bit too much, but that's okay. And now we can put the paper on it, and we can bring the paper in just a tad, and we can make it work. Okay, so we're going to add our paper. And I'm going to do it with liquid because I want to be able to move this around a little bit. Okay, and we'll just do a little bit of liquid in the middle, make sure. And we are going to put this on here and slide it into the middle. You just want, this is a great way to cover up anything that needs to be covered up. All right, so there's that. And then you could bring it in a little if you wanted to. Having the gap doesn't really bother me. So it's totally up to you what you want to do. Overlapping doesn't bother me either. This is a moving card. Those are the moving doors. As long as it doesn't interfere with the moving. All right, and then now we're going to put this one. You want to cover up the paper, and you want to cover up the bottom. So make sure you're here flush and to the left flush. Okay. And like I said, if you wanted to move your papers in some, you could, but you don't really have to. All right. And now we're going to put this here. And what I do is, if you look at this one, I went down 2 scallops. So go down 2 scallops. So I'm going to go across the top pretty good. And then come down and then go across again. And then I'm just going to go a third one right in the middle. So I know that I have a lot of glue towards the top and some down. And And you can't really, I mean, you could open this up all the way and flatten it and then do it. And count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1 and 2, and part of 1. So I'm just going to go right up there. So now that line is my center. Okay, so I'm going to go here on my 2 scallops. Okay. And then your center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 is the center. So you're going to go right about there. So whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going to go to the 3rd scallop, just make sure both sides are the same. And there you go. Oh man, until April 17th. So if you are somebody that did purchase my class and it's not available, it's okay. The video is going to be available. You'll have the link and you can create it at your own leisure. So what is the name of this fold? Do you know? You know, I don't know. I think it's like a theater fold, but I know there is a theater fold, but to me it's like the curtain opens. So I don't know. I'm not sure what it's called. Oh, I got glue in there again. I don't know. Jackie, do you know what this is called? Okay, so there's that. Let's not forget the rest of our goodies here. We're going to put our pretty DSP on here. And it goes all the way to the bottom. And this is another great way to use up your scraps. So this is going to go all the way to the bottom and in the middle. So I just go to the bottom, in the middle. Just look at your line all the way up and keep your outside edge about the same. Okay, and then same over here. All right, so there's that. I'm going to push it up a little bit, bring it over towards me a little. Trying to get it where you want it. You know how fast this glue goes, right? So you want to make sure you have it right where you want it. Pull it out a little bit. There we go. All right, so there's that. And now our embellishments. Why do I only see, oh, that's why. You're gonna put, I think I did a small, medium, and large because that's what I wanted on that one and I didn't do it. So I did a large and a small. And then your medium one, I put it over here next to this one. So there you go. So again, the 2 different things, I did try to tuck my doors under a little bit more. And by doing that, it left a little bit of a gap. These overlap. So it really doesn't matter. I think I prefer the overlap because unless you really touch and feel it, you don't even really know. I know, Deborah. Oh, I call it the ta-da fold. There you go, Olivia. I like it. Double door pop-up. This is another demo. Oh, okay, the double door pop-up. That makes sense. So there you go. So find any DSP and, you know, coordinate that, but it's really fun. I mean, a lot of people go, oh, but the card doesn't, you know, stand up. It could. It's a little iffy, but it could. Yeah, I like the ta-da too. Okay, so the doors are 2 by 3.5. This, of course, is 3.5 by 4. Right? 3 3/3 by 4. This little DSP here, okay, is 4 by 1/2 are these, right? No, these 4 by 1/2 You need 2 of those. 5 1/4 by 1 1/4 is that. 3 1/2 by 2 are these. And the card base is 5 3/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, 5 3/4 by 5 1/2 by 5 3/4. Yep. And then of course it's scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And that's it. That's all the measurements. So there you go. I think it's called a double door flip or something like that. Curtain call fold. Yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of different names for these. So anyway, that's your 4th one. So I will show all of the cards when I am done. Let's do one more bingo. And then we will do them all. Let me just shove this out of the way. And let me give you one more look at, oh, I found my dimensionals that was stuck on the back, look, on the back of this. Okay, so there is that. There we go. So if you want to take a picture of it, or if you're creating your card, kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. Okay. And I will create a PDF for it for those that played bingo. I'll do that. All right, let's play one more bingo. What? It's only 8 o'clock? Woohoo! Thanks again, you guys, for a thumbs up. I appreciate it very, very much. All right, here we go. Number 8. And Shirley, if you're still on here, I'm going to scroll back up. I don't know if you messaged some more. Oh, Lisa did. Optical look. Love your cards and believe you were the one that sent me a catalog. I am having trouble in large. You need to see it. Oh, large enough to see it? Yeah, Shirley, if you're still here, if you can message me and let me know how it can help you. All right, here we go. Number 22. Still looking for my straight pen. Good thing I have shoes on. Number 3. I'm looking on the floor, make sure I don't step on it. Number 29. Ooh, got some BI from Beth already. 27. Oh, okay, Shirley, you know what? If you can email me, then I will email you a digital file so you can enlarge that on your computer and see it better. I think that'll help. If you go to my blog, which is marciebeseckerdesigns.com, and then on the right hand side, you'll see pictures of the catalogs. Click on those and they'll pop open for you. And then you should, if you hold your control key and scroll your mouse up, it should make it larger for you. And I think there's a scale on there that you can enlarge it to. So hopefully that helps. Number 18. Number 6. Number 6. Ooh, Beth has a BIN already. Number 20. You're welcome. Number 1. Lots of B's, B-I's. 15. 15. 'Shake them up a bit. 19. 28. Is my video still going? Because it's weird that my Facebook is way, my video to me is way behind. I think I must have hit my keyboard or something. There it is, it's back. 14, that was weird. I think I hit my keyboard and it took me all the way to the beginning of the video. Ooh, we got BINs with Cheryl and Olivia, Janet, Nancy. All right. Next number is 24. Next one, 26. Ooh, Cheryl has a B-I-N-G. Ooh, Luann, B-I-N, Trina, B-I, Linda with a B. 23. $21. 7. Luann with B-I-N, Angela, Janet, B-I-N-G, Trina, B-I-N, Nancy, B-I-N-G. Woo, we're getting there. We are getting there. B-I-N for Hila. Is it Hila or Hyla? I think I've asked you that before too. Angela, B-I-N-G. Number 4. Oops. Number 4. Ooh, Barbara with the B-I-N. Ooh, it's getting close, you guys. All right, here we go. 17. 17. Eileen and Carol with the B-I-N. Oh, Kathy with the B-I-N-G. Shelly, B-I-N. Number 11. And I know I might be a number ahead because I am Hila. Okay, good. Thank you. Michelle, bingo. Michelle, you can't win 2 bingos, dear. But Kathy has a bingo. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of bingos. Oh, okay, good. All right, Kathy, let's see. Kathy, where are you? Here we go. 26, 11, 18, 15, 15, and 4. Kathy, congratulations, you won. And Janet looks like a consolation. Let's see. 3, 3, 3, 3. Janet, I have 3 as your, oh, 3, here we go. 11, 19, 21, and 27. So Janet, you will be receiving a consolation prize. Let me write all this down. Kathy is number 4, and Janet is consolation prize. So Janet, you will receive something exciting and fun in your package. And congratulations to Kathy. Make sure I didn't miss anything. You have Vegas, Michelle, right? All right, congratulations. Yay. Okay, so let me show you the 4 cards, and then I'm going to give you some directions on how to do the bingo and talk about a couple other things. Congratulations to all the winners. Oh, Carmen, you are so welcome. So here are, oopsies, our cards. So card number 1, we did our upside down rain umbrella. Card number 2, we did our 2 floral card, our 2-step stamping floral card. Number 3, we did our fun citrus card. And number 4, we did our fancy fold, all kinds of names, open the door, and peekaboo card. So those were our 4 different cards. I hope you guys enjoyed them. It was a lot of fun. Oh, you guys are so welcome. Thank you. You know, every month I get a hard time about, number 1, I think, why do I make these so hard? And they're not, they're hard, they're time consuming. And my husband always says, why don't you just do quick and easy cards? And I said, because I wouldn't do quick and easy cards. That's just because I want the cards to be what I would send out. And so hopefully it's not overwhelming. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the cards, and I hope you do. And I try to stick with this, you know, a minimal amount of items. But sometimes you just have to get a different sentiment. Like this one, I just had to go with a larger sentiment. I just loved how it looked with the bigger font. This one, of course, pulling in a cute little die. I loved the label. This one, I tried sticking with everything in the set because we are also using this set in my class. So I knew that you would have it. Good, Debbie. Thank you, Jaylene. Oh, you are welcome, Luann. Thanks for joining in bingo. Good night, Tashana. Good night, Michelle. So, thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying them because I do the cards exactly how I would want them to go out. I try not to, you know, the thing I have learned, however, is I try not to use this DSP and the reverse side. I've done that a lot of times. I still have done it because that's just the way I want the card to look. And if that's how it is, then that's, I just buy more DSP. So just like when I did the small cards, you're going to see some large cards because I have a lot of them. And so one large card, you know, put in here and there is not a bad idea because it just kind of gives you that different, you know, look and feel for cards. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it and liking it. Oh, Nancy, I'm so glad. Oh, good, Marcia. I'm glad. Oh, thank you guys. I'm so glad you like them. So those that won bingo, a huge congratulations to you. And what you want to do is email me, Marcie at marciebeseckerdesigns.com, and let me know what your order is. The bigger the better. You get more celebration items. You turn it into a party at 150. I'm already paying your first 100. And then you want to then you're going to get your celebration, your Stampin' rewards. So you get an additional amount of money to purchase items. So do you have the catalog number for the little and small card packs? I will find it for you, Barbara. That's what you would do. Send it to me. I will put your order in the system. Before I send it off, I will invoice you and send you a screenshot of your total. And then you just pay me the difference. Anything over 100, you pay me, and then I will submit the order. So I can invoice that to you. All right, I just had them here. Right here. Okay, so they are called note cards and envelopes. You can get them in vanilla or basic white. You get 20 cards and 20 envelopes. So you get 10 of the smaller ones and 10 of the larger. And the number is, oh wait, I'm sorry, that is note cards and envelopes. Wrong one. Those are for the note cards. The basic assorted memories and more card pack is number 159234. Same thing, 10 cards, 20 card bases and envelopes. So you get 10 small and 10 large. So the small is 3x4, the large is 4x6, and they come with envelopes. And it's a great set. So you will see some more larger ones because I used a lot of small ones for Christmas time. You guys are so welcome. Do you have, okay, I have that. Thanks, Diana. And again, I would love to have you guys as a part of my team. If you want to get a discount and see the new stuff early and get to purchase the new stuff early and be a part of an awesome community, we have demonstrator pages that you can go to see tons of designs and examples. I would love to have you. And if you want to create a business and try to make some money to pay for your habit, I can help you with that too. So I would love to assist you and help you and answer any questions for you. So just let me know. Thank you so much for joining Bingo. Don't forget, if you are part of my upcoming Country Floral Lane class, I will see you. I'm doing the video this weekend. Everything's done except a few red ribbons because I went through like 9 spools and I had to order more ribbon. Anytime you want, Kathy. Anytime in January. Your orders, if you want, please make them in January because that way your things are still current. It keeps my books current. So anytime you want is fine. Yeah, so I'm doing a video this weekend and the PDF. The class is done except a little bit of red ribbon cutting, so those are almost ready to go. I'm having class on Saturday, so it's probably going to be next week. I'll get everything shipped out for you and your video link and all that good stuff and your PDF. And don't forget, I have February's class, Rain or Shine Suite class. I would love to have you guys participate in the class. It is $40, but if you purchase the suite from me, which is number 160556, and register, then you can have this class for free. And it will be the same as the Country Lane one. It will be online, and there's really no PDF. I don't think there's going to be a fancy fold in that one. Now I'm trying to remember, but I don't think so. Hello, Pat. How are you? All right, everybody. Have a fantastic week. I will see you on Sunday with another great video. See you later. Thanks for joining me. Bye.